I'm Francesca D'Amore, she, her. I speak Italian and Spanish. Hola, yo me llamo Francesca D'Amore. Ella, I don't know.
¿Qué pronombres son?
Mi pronombre son ella or just ella, right? I guess in Spanish. Italian, ciao, io mi chiamo Francesca D'Amore. Lei, questi sono i miei pronomi. I do, I'm Italian, hello. I got some really great recipes. My mom owned an Italian restaurant called La Gondola. So I make my own pastas, I make my own sauces. This is not on the daily, I have too busy of a schedule for that. And then your basic stuff, but I'm not a basic girl, so I retract that, yeah. 100%, yeah, especially when I travel. I recently traveled to Europe and I was all about the food, and my best friend was with me and she's a vegan. And I'm like, how is this gonna even work out? Well, we didn't kill each other, so that much happened. I'm just a foodie, I love food. I've been a food critic in my past life, so I think it's very important for me personally to be out as a trans woman. When I first started my transition, everything was about passing, right? Blending in, not being seen. The first couple of years were rocky, but then it got better. And then I was like, well, I have to embrace myself as a trans woman. You know, yes, I'm a woman, but I'm a trans woman, and I'm super proud to be a trans woman. And I felt for me, I need to be a seat at the table where I'm talking to different people and people get to know a trans woman, especially in the advocacy arena, more specifically, not just in the transgender or non-binary arena, but the LGBTQ arena. And I've been doing this for like 5 years, and there are more trans people sitting at tables now, but there really weren't. It's getting better now. So that's why I do what I do, and it's important. For me, with my truth is super important to me. It's key, because if I'm shitting to myself, then what are we even here for, right? So being honest to myself is really important. As far as my family, I've kind of kept that separate throughout my life, so it doesn't really affect them, except 1 year at Thanksgiving where I was exiled from my family. I was a food critic on a show called Check Please, and it was Thanksgiving, and my whole family was at the table, and PBS was on, and guess whose face showed up? I was under the guise of my alter ego, Miss Finesse, and I thought that was really awesome. I'm like, I'm supposed to be there, you bitches can't run from me, I'm here. So it's kind of funny, you know, with those kind of situations in life. My sisters and I laugh about it to this day. They had to quickly go and like change the channel, you know, but hilarious stuff. I actually won their 10-year anniversary Voters' Choice for Best Food Critic in the 10 years. So it was really awesome, and I don't really get noticed so much anymore, but for a while people would be like, oh my God, you're on Check Please. The last time I got recognized was about 6 months ago, sitting next to a couple in the theater. They're like, oh my God, you were on Check Please, we loved you, when are you coming back? So it's all razzle dazzle, it's fun. But even that was true representation. You know, I've done interviews on red carpets where you basically haven't seen a non-gender conforming person or a drag queen or a trans woman here in South Florida, and I did quite a few interviews. My first one was with 50 Cent. So that was pretty amazing. But I feel it's our job to be at the forefront for the next generation. It's gotten so much better for them, but there's so much work to be done now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. This is going to be a never-ending story until it ends. It's very interesting because I'm considered an elder, which I'm like that. I'm an elder. Thank you very much for that title. Where's my crown? I need a crown with that title. So I feel that in the LGBT community, for the L, the G, the B, and the T, I think we all have our struggles. Anybody who's ready to throw in the towel and say Florida sucks, or the United States sucks, or the world sucks, there's no place for me in this world, you got to make your place in this world. And that's why I do what I do. That's why so many people do what they do, to move the scale where it belongs, right? Because as humans, no matter who you are, everybody should be respected and treated equally. Even if you're not LGBTQ, there are tons of other minority groups, and even non-minority groups that aren't treated equally. So I would say, stop whining and do something. I'm going to say my mom's ring that I inherited. It's beautiful. It's got rubies and diamonds, and I didn't wear it today, but whenever I feel I need some positive energy, I put on my mom's ring. That's my most prized possession. It's so interesting. Throughout my life, people have seen so many different things. When they look at me, I've been the L, the B, the G, the T. I'm really the T, but I've done it all on my journey. And it's really interesting to see how people see me. What I've realized is the most important thing is how I see me. And that's what's going to set the tone for people around me. Earlier on in my transition was really hard because there were some not very, very nice people at all. But I learned to just shake it off, and if I'm myself, people will see me. It's not my job to make people see me. I mean, for crying out loud, look at me, I'm 6'1". If you can't see me, there's an issue with you, not me. I feel very touched that people think that I'm kind. I try to be as kind as I can. And I think when you go through a lot of adversity in your life, I was a homeless teen, I've gone through so many things, it allows you to see other people, and it allows you to see their circumstances. But wow, that touches my heart. I try to be as kind as I can be. I can be a bitch, but only if you make me. But I try to be kind because you don't know what that person is going through on that particular day. We all need kindness. Some days somebody's kind to me at a time where I need it so badly. So, yeah, that's good to hear. I come from Italian parents. Both of my parents were born and raised in Venice, Italy. And my dad went into the Italian Navy and went to Zimbabwe, Africa, out of all places. He called for my mom, and I lived there until I was 11. My parents divorced. I came to the U.S. with my family and my stepdad, and then I went back to Zimbabwe from 15 to almost 17, to live with my dad. So I finished high school there and then came back, and then on my own. Well, when I tell people I'm from Zimbabwe, they are like, "You're white." I'm like, yeah, there are white people from Zimbabwe. At the time it was called Rhodesia, and it was an English colony, so there were a lot of people, from Europe. What else about Zimbabwe? It's just people get shocked still, and I still get shocked that people get shocked because I don't get it, but I get it, but I don't get it. I'm trying to be kind. What scares me is the future of our youth. Things have progressed, and the needle has moved this way, and then now it's going back that way. The future of our youth really scares me. I hope they continue on this momentum of being able to express themselves and live the life that they want to. So that scares me, and that's part of why I'm an advocate for our youth, because they deserve amazing things that my generation didn't get to experience. And they're experiencing it. It's gotten better, but it could be way better for them. They shouldn't have to go through this. The recognition that's been the most significant one for me, I think, is winning an award that was chosen by my peers. And that really made me feel great. Being elected or nominated to be being a nominee was amazing. That was amazing for me. Let's say thank you for watching, and you're the reason why I'm doing this. I'm full of goosebumps. You know, I choose to be in places that, or I have throughout my life, in places that other trans people may not show up, just to like shake things up. But I'm always hopeful that there's a kid who's watching and is like, I want to be like her. I see myself in her. Because when you see that representation, that's when something shifts inside of you. So yeah, I intentionally went on that show, Check Please, because I wanted visibility, and not just for that little kid, but for people to see someone like me. I mean, nobody like me had ever been on that show before. So I'm like, I'm gonna apply. And it's really funny because I applied at 9 o'clock at night. I got a call from the producer at 9 o'clock the next morning, because I had my Miss Finesse website and everything. They're like, okay, she's the shizzle, let's call her. So yeah, and it was a lot of fun. And yeah, you gotta be a rebel, you gotta be bold. I'm thinking of lasagna that's made with homemade pasta, not this boxed crap. So good, molto bene. Oh, you can't get better than that. Oh my God, now I'm hungry. When I give food to people that I love, I'm like, you're having a di amore dish. That's my last name, so yeah, di amore dish made with love. If it doesn't taste too good, there's love in it, right? But yeah, I pretty much nail my recipes. Oh, okay, well, this is my first love expression. Ah.